my gosh.
A known terrorist released out of Gitmo, now back in action. The former Taliban commander was released to the government of Afghanistan. Now he's said to be a major recruiter for ISIS, taking over as that terror group's chief in the Khorasan region. That's a region that spans Afghanistan, Iran, and Pakistan. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge, more on this now. And Catherine, what else are we learning about his movements today?
Well, thank you, Bill, and good morning. According to this Guantanamo review, when the detainee was released in 2005 under President Bush, the 53-year-old Afghan with long-standing ties to terror networks in Afghanistan and Pakistan was simply considered too old and sick to get back into the fight, and his intelligence value had been maxed out by interrogators. Now Muslim Dost has declared his allegiance to the leader of ISIS, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, and he is an active recruiter for the terror network. In a recent propaganda tape, Dost speaks to his time at Guantanamo and claims to his followers he had a vision in 2002 about the caliphate. Quote, "I saw a vision of a palace with a huge closed door above which was a clock pointing the time of 10 minutes before 12. I was told that was the home of the caliphate and assumed then that the caliphate would be established after 12 years. U.S. officials do not deny the former Gitmo detainee has taken on a recruitment role for ISIS, but they question how effective Dost can be because he's operating in territory where the alliances between the Taliban and al-Qaeda, who is in competition with ISIS, run deep, Bill.
Why does this matter then, Catherine?
Well, military intelligence and defense officials recently told Fox as many as 30 former detainees are now in Syria. And the detainee Muslim Dost is really the first high-profile former Gitmo grad who has publicly identified himself with ISIS. Some analysts say the speed at which a third of the released detainees return to the battlefield is more evidence that those with time at Guantanamo become rock stars in the jihadi world and, despite their confinement, remain connected to the global jihad.
They consider current detainees to still be in the fight, whether it's a propaganda fight or when they're released they could be reintegrated into the real fight. But either way, they consider them still part of the game against the U.S.
The declaration of Muslim Dost as a member and his allegiance to ISIS is more evidence that the group is at least able to place its followers outside of the region to take on roles such as recruitment, Bill.